So good evening, everybody, and very much welcome to our Lifewave presentation. My name is Inez Robinson, and I was introduced to these wonderful magic little patches back in November by good friend Jules, and I thought it was a load of rubbish, quite frankly, and it wasn't going to work. I know she can't say anything because she's muted, and but I thought she's a good friend. I trust her. I will try it because that's what we do, isn't it, with friends? They say go and see a film or go to a restaurant or go to here or go to there or do this, and you trust your friends. So I tried the patches and I started getting a result straight away. It released the side, this part of my neck within a few minutes of putting the patch on. So I was then impressed. Day 11 after that, I'd forgotten to put it on. Got up in the morning, carried on with my day, blah, 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 forgot. So I thought I'll try again in January, and because I was very interested to see how they were going to actually work. Tried them in January, and I've gone on to have the most incredible results. I popped the meniscus in my right knee, and I couldn't walk for more than 20 minutes without it. Like the bottom part of my leg felt like it was going to fall off. It really hurt in my actual kneecap. Show chat. Chat. Where's the chat? Come on, chat. Whoops. Oh, right. Well, I have actually opened it up. I've opened up the slides. Hang on. Can you give it? Is it now bigger? No. Now this is really doing my head in. All right, so I'm going to click the slide. Has the slide moved? Have you got slide number 2? No. Great. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to do it like this then. For some reason, this seems to be working. So okay, so the meniscus in my knee started working. Worked, and then fixed. I had a pain in my elbow which I'd had for 10 years from a dog yanking and yanking and yanking and yanking and yanking, and that worked. No chat. Play slideshow. I did that. From current slideshow. From current slide. It should have got bigger. Has it got bigger? No. I really don't know. I haven't got a clue. So I'm going to go back to this one and then I can do it. It's doing my head in. Sorry.
Normally, if you put it on slideshow, you have to do it before you open the Zoom. That's what I found. But you can do it just as you are, Inez. Just
right, okay.
That's
interesting. I've made mine bigger by just pressing the screen, and then it's gone bigger and bigger now. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll leave it there, and hopefully it'll work. I'll have to practice it again because last time I sort of got it working at some stage. Weird. Normally, this is the old-fashioned way. I haven't done Zoom for so long.
She normally knows how to make things bigger as well.
I do normally, yeah. But that's a different patch. So I had fantastic results, and because I got such a good result, I slapped patches on my husband. He's got very, very bad arthritis, bad lumbar pains in his back, lower back, and an unnatural curvature of the top of the spine. And 8 years ago, he woke up paralyzed, got rushed to hospital. They didn't really know what was wrong, ended up going to a chiropractor who diagnosed what the issue was. And he said back then that within 5 to 7 years, Pat would be in a wheelchair, which meant that I was going to be carer. So over time, he got worse and worse and worse and worse. And I was sort of having to do pretty much everything, all the heavy lifting and stuff like that. And so I was quite excited with these patches because I thought if he just gets like 1%, 2%, 5% of what result I've had, it's going to make our lives better. Now I can lift any sort of weight. I don't have an issue. But back then, before the patches, I wasn't able to lift more than 20 kilos or so without it hurting. So how was I going to be able to get him out of bed, move him around and do all the things I was going to have to do, sort of looking forward. The patches have been amazing for him. He's got full mobility back. People reckon he is standing up straighter, and I'm sure he is. He's able to walk upstairs normally now instead of sort of going up sideways, foot up, 1 foot after the other. Loads of other things he's starting to get a result back, and definitely his hair's starting to grow back because I'm the one that shaves the top of his head. So I'm gonna, with all of that, I'm going to continue on. Can you see the second slide? Good. Yes. I got it halfway working then. So the X39 is this fantastic patch. David Schmidt is the doctor behind the technology. He's invented lots of patches, and this is one of the last ones that he's recently invented. 10 years in development and $4.5 million to bring it to marketplace. He started, he'd always been interested in stem cells, but prior to that, he was asked by the American Army in order to invent something that would increase the energy for the Navy SEALs when they were in special observations and underwater. So of course, there's nothing that they could drink, nothing they could carry. It had to be lightweight. And so he developed a little patch. We still have it. It's called the Energy Enhancer. And that was developed, the first one that was developed on phototherapy. Of course, the Navy were using it. That was great. But then the American Olympic swimming team discovered it, decided to give it a go, and they smashed a load of records that particular Olympic year. And therefore, Lifewave, the company, was born. That's how it started. Since then, he's gone on to develop a lot of other patches, and now, most recently, the stem cell one that we've all really heard about. It's patented technology. It's wearable phototherapy that produces beneficial effects to the body. It's non-transdermal, means nothing goes into your skin, nothing goes into your body. It's just a little tiny, well, you saw it on Pat's forehead, little patch that works. And the improvements have been incredible. There are lots of patents, and to get a patent, you have to prove that something works. There's an awful lot of science behind it, a lot of clinical studies, and more going on all of the time. So as you can see, there's clinical trials. They're all on a specific website. So if you want to, if you're a bit of a nerd and you want to go and have a look at them, they are all there. The company doesn't hold anything. And I'll give you the website at the end. Okay. So what happens when your levels of copper peptides are increased, which is what the patch does. The patch does nothing to do with stem cells. It doesn't have stem cells in it, and it doesn't make stem cells or anything else. What it does, it reflects the body's own infrared that comes out of it into itself, with a slightly changed wavelength that picks up one specific copper peptide that's in your body, and it is that activates your stem cells that are dormant. After the age of 30, they go dormant, and after the age of 60, forget it, they've all gone to sleep. So it has been clinical proven to do all of these things, and there's probably a lot more that we don't even know about. And as time goes on, and certainly with myself, with customers, I'm hearing different things and something else and something else and something else that's going on. I mean, I had a nasal issue, which was to do with bacteria in my nasal passages. And years ago, that was, somebody in the waiting room, there we go. Years ago, that was an issue. The doctors really didn't know what they could do about it. Came over to Spain, and I found one product called Guarana that helped with it. I don't need that anymore. I don't need that product anymore. The collagen, I know people, I put a picture up yesterday, I think it was, of a picture of me, not wearing makeup or anything else. And they were like, your skin looks so much younger. You know, what are you doing? What collagen are you taking? I'm not taking any collagen. I don't have to take collagen. So actually, these wonderful things are saving me money because of all the other things I don't have to buy. Oop. Oh, where have I gone? Ah. I'm really not doing too well today, am I? So life-changing. What if only 10% of the benefits happen to you? Everybody's different, and the patch helps your body. That's the most important thing to know. It helps your body to do the work. Copper peptides do not interfere with medications or treatment. It just enhances your own body's ability to repair, okay? But there are sometimes where people are on medications, they start after a while having issues. And a lot of the time, which people forget, and I've done it myself, is that their body's getting better. They are therefore potentially taking medications that they don't need any longer, or a smaller amount, you know, that they need. So diabetics really should keep in contact with their doctors and just make sure that they, you know, that they would need to sort of reduce what they're taking. And that's only just a good thing, isn't it, really? So why do we all need the stem cell activation patch? We're all born with stem cells. They have two important properties. They're able to make more cells like themselves, so they self-renew, and they can change into other cells that do different things in our bodies. And that's the amazing thing with these stem cells. They really are a miracle. It's why, I mean, they were discovered initially in the 70s, but why the last 20, 30 years, there's been so much emphasis and a race to the marketplace of finding a way of getting these to people in an easier way. Because right now you have to have blood taken if it's your own stem cells. They isolate the stem cells, they grow them in the lab, or they genetically modify them so they will attack something specific like cancer cells and then inject them back in. My mum had this done. She passed recently with pancreatic cancer. It was a last ditch attempt. She went and had one stem cell treatment. It was 19,000 euros. 3 weeks later, they put them back into her body. They didn't do anything, but then really there wasn't enough time. So, you know, bit of a shame there. So imagine having an active, healthy new cell, just like when you were young, you know, in your teens and in your early 20s, how you healed, how you could cut something, how you could have alcohol and get rid of the hangover the next day, you know, or not have a hangover. Do you remember those days? Well, now you can. And it's amazing because, and I've explained about this, I had a wasp sting. I had 4 wasps actually sting on my arm a few weeks ago. And ordinarily, the last time I had wasp sting, my arm swelled up massively. It was swelled almost twice the size for like 2 days. Wasps here are really nasty. And this time, whilst I sort of felt, it's like my skin was sort of moving and bubbling, you know, a bit like one of these horror movies, you're waiting for something to burst out of it. But there was no pain. I didn't need to even take a painkiller. It was incredible. And I can only put that down to the patch. Pat got stung yesterday with a wasp that he killed on the window with a tissue, and it got him. And he came into the kitchen to get something. He said, I don't think I need anything. It was an automatic reaction to going, you know, so that pain had gone, which, well, it didn't even start. It was amazing. Great example of phototherapy is the sun. Okay, our bodies produce vitamin D on its own. You think of a jaundiced baby that's born. What do? They put it under light to help the jaundice, to help the liver react and everything, and the jaundice to go away. So phototherapy has been around for an awful long time, hundreds of years, really. But this is technology. It's not medication, drugs, or stimulants. It is patented nanocrystal technology, and the structure is made up of organic amino acids, salts, sugars, and stuck in between 2 pieces of medical grade plastic. That's it. And the structure is there for your body's own light to reflect from. The structure breaks down over time. That's why they're only worn for a certain length of time. And these are all to do with the clinical studies. Okay, all scientifically proven. Nowhere else, no other company's got it. Purely, it's all patented. So how do you wear it? With this particular patch, wear your patch 12 hours on, 12 hours off. You throw it away, fresh one in the morning. You can reuse the patches that you've taken off on an animal if you wish. Some people have put them on plants, believe it or not, because they also have stem cells, and that can sort of bring plants back to life. But we've had phenomenal results with our dogs, to the point that one of our girls, that she had these awful cuts in her, sores in her paws. Today she overdid it herself with other dogs outside the gate, and she's limping a bit on her back leg, but it's already going down. It's already getting better, and so the healing process is happening fantastically. Drink plenty of water. This is the results, and this is sort of something that I thought was quite incredible. A 77-year-old lady placed the patch on the back of her neck. You can see there on session 1, no X39, so before, inflammation in her brain, lack of brain coherence. Where it is in session 2, 3 weeks later, no more inflammation, improved brain coherence, 6 weeks on X39, complete turnaround. So can you imagine how this would work for so many people? You know, we cannot make any medical claims, and we don't claim to cure anything either. But what can happen is phenomenal. And we have a 97% success rate, providing you're prepared to use it for a period of time. You know, it's not going to necessarily happen overnight, but if you give it the time that it needs, your body will respond. The long-term results per case studies on the website, which I'll give you. First few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. Within 6 weeks, the brain becomes balanced. Within 3 months, your collagen is increased. Does anybody need to know any more than that? Within 6 months, your heart reverses in age. And I've got to say, I'm feeling absolutely phenomenal. It's not anti-aging, it is age reversing. You know, you're actually going back in age. Now, if you'd seen something like this on Star Trek all those years ago, you'd be like, whoa, but this is phenomenal. This is what's out there. And it's something that you can help an awful lot of people with. X39, very sophisticated, but very simple to explain, because that's it. You know, there are testimonials, and there are so many phenomenal testimonials. We do have a bunch of other patches, which are the sort of ancillary patches that can help along. So these were all produced before X39. X39 pretty much does everything, but you can also, make it work faster with some of these other patches. So for example, my husband wears the Eon, which is anti-inflammatory and anti-stress for his joints, alongside the X39. He thinks at some stage the Eon he'll be able to drop and just continue with the X39. But that's what he's done. Me, I've only used the X39, and I use the Lifewave, which is the pain relief one, for 3 days on my elbow, and that just completely got rid of the pain. And then the X39 went into repair. Benefits, as I've already said, which are the official ones: increased strength, mental clarity, reduced inflammation, etc., etc. You know, and the energy, vitality, and the calmness as well. I feel a lot calm, and my hormones have calmed down as well completely. Shut up, or else. Imagine what it would have been like. Now, he used to sit in the corner quietly. So this is the one complaint I've got with Herbal, with this patch, is that he doesn't shut up. Jules, this is your fault. So phenomenal testimonials. These are a bunch of testimonials that I picked out of some of the groups that were on, you know, internal pains and aches and pains and weak dogs and cats, and just really anybody and everything. People not needing knee replacements, which is phenomenal. Now, who knows? There is a protocol specifically that is proven to regrow the cartilage in joints, and especially in knees. People not needing spinal transfusions. You know, I mean, it's just, and it goes from every age group as well. So it's from young to old to, there is nothing that it cannot be used on. This guy's in his 60s, where his jawbone has grown, and this is, you know, dentists have seen this. This is not just somebody saying it out of the blue. There are quite a lot of doctors, and more doctors, who are starting to recommend them to their patients, especially more private doctors. It's very difficult, and you'll get people sometimes who say, "Oh, I'll get my doctor to look at it." Doctors can't recommend them, because they can only recommend medication that they use because they can sort of prove everything. They cannot recommend something that is not underneath them. But more and more doctors are starting to wake up to these patches, and they've only been on the market for 4 years. So, you know, taking the world by storm, but it's, you know, it's taking time. And that one of Zara, you know, dog with no hope whatsoever, and bang. Dementia as well. And I mean, 10 days with that dog, you know, with the eyes. I mean, we've seen phenomenal results, as I said, on ours. Our old girl, she's bouncing around like a puppy, and she's 16. You know, I don't think she'd have been around now if it wasn't for these patches. She had deteriorated that much, and it was sort of a last ditch attempt, really. So we are expanding rapidly with products that people need. There is a huge market for what we do. It's wearable technology. It's affordable, safe, non-invasive, etc. You know, we are looking for more people. So if it's something that you think you might be interested in, you know, then just get back to the person who brought you onto the call, and they will give you more information. What I like about it is that corporate handles virtually everything. You don't really have to do much. All I do is talk to people, and I've been amazed how many people daily I'm getting messages from people who want to know more, who really want to see what's going on, who need this. They need this. You know, I've contacted a lady today. I was sort of, shall I, shan't I, shall I, shan't I? And I know her child has got some kind of very obscure issue that they've struggled with since birth. Now, she might not get back to me. She might not want to know, but I reached out to her because who knows where this can go with her child. And if it can bring some relief to somebody, then I feel it's almost like my duty to get it out to as many people as possible. They can always say no, and loads will, but there will be the ones who will be utterly grateful. This Friday, we're going for lunch with our very first customer who had 2 back operations, couldn't have any more, 32 epidurals he had. He was on gabapentin and tramadol, highest strength. it was tearing his body's insides apart. He was just very depressed, very down, and didn't want to continue living. Heard about it from my yoga instructor, because I'd gone back to yoga. She saw me doing all the movements, so I don't have to miss out on anything at all. She told him, he called us, came up, bought a bunch of patches. I had no idea what I was doing, and within 5 days he was pain free. And now he's playing golf, he's doing 2-day tournaments and all sorts of stuff in the gym 3 times a week, etc. In fact, he's fired the yoga instructor. She's not too happy with me, but she's gobsmacked at what it's actually done for him. And we're seeing them on Friday. So he doesn't do the business, he just tells people about it. And therefore his patches, he pays for his patches, which I think is quite good. Oh, hang on, somebody's come in. So, very quick summary. There's 5 basic ways you can make money. There's profits from the retail sales. I just do drop ship, so I don't keep stock or anything like that. If somebody's local and they want to try a couple of patches or something, I'll meet up with them. But other than that, it's they purchase online. There's product introduction bonuses, matching bonuses, bonus bonuses. The compensation plan is incredible. Loads of other incentives and trips and cash prizes, etc., and free products and things. And the person who brought you onto the call can explain more about it and let you know how it goes. So if you're looking to make a bit of an extra income, or if you're looking to, you know, replace a big income, there is a place here for you with Lifewave, and we'd be really happy to have you on board. Just speak to the person who brought you on. This is the website that I was telling you about. This is it, info.com. There's loads of videos on there. You can go down a massive rabbit hole with it all, which is absolutely fantastic. There's a few people coming into the waiting room now. They haven't got the time.
You're a bit late.
They're a bit late. I know. So there's the question. Have you been patched yet? And if not, why not? Okay, I am going to stop the recording and stop recording. I think. Oh,